Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you how to actually carry on Teemo because you people, that's right, you people have been doing it wrong this whole time. You're getting kited down, you're not able to move around, and you're not poking down properly because you're not starting with boots. If you start with boots against any melee matchup, you will absolutely dominate. Whether it's a Riven or Aatrox, you'll dodge all their skill shots. And against 𝐒𝐿𝐼, we'll be able to constantly apply our press the attack, which leads us to the runes: press the attack, triumph, alacrity, 𝐒𝐿𝐼, conditioning, overgrowth, attack speed, 80 in armor. You generally run the resolve tree secondary to survive dives if it comes to that. If you don't feel like they'll be able to dive you, because let's say you're dual with your jungler, then you don't have to take resolve tree secondary. You can take just about anything. But in general, you do want to start boots on Teemo against melee matchups with refill. Start E. We're going to pressure a bush. Most top laners level 1s are pretty bad, which lets Teemo dominate because his E on hit damage and damage over time is spicy. We're going to take control of the bushes and control the game. We don't really want to shove because then we're going to get ganked. They have a Jax jungle. Jax jungle is very reliant on getting an early kill in his first clear. If he doesn't, it takes him a while to start scaling. Getting this early attack speed makes it much easier to get these initial last hits. Got all three. Looks like 𝐒𝐿𝐼 must be leashing topside. She missed a bunch of minions. She's in trouble now. Teemo's incredibly easy to last hit on. Even with starting boots, he can get away with it way easier than a Kennen can. If Kennen starts with boots, last hitting is such a pain. Teemo's E has such good on-hit damage that you don't really feel it. Also, when you're last hitting, try to get as close as possible to the minion if you can. That way your auto gets there quicker. Oh, I should have queued for that. Q has faster travel time. It's also a decent auto attack resetter. So 𝐒𝐿𝐼 is not really trying to last hit per se. Yeah, I felt that one coming. We get her with her straight auto. Oh man, missed that one. Got a point in our W now, so we have a lot of movement speed until we get hit by a turret or an enemy champion. Oh man, our minions are they're stacking up. It's making it hard to last hit. Whoa! Oh my god. Gonna get her with our Q. We're gonna walk her down. She's dead. She literally just killed herself. She is a goner. She randomly decided to fight us after we had a tsunami built up. That's a massive mistake. Even if we were low HP, this was way too many minions. Some top laners will get bored and tired of getting bullied around, and then they'll randomly look for the all-in. I'm actually just gonna look for the reset. Trying to take a plate pre 5-minute mark as a top laner is an absolute pain and just isn't worth your time. Pre 5-minute top and mid turret basically are unbreakable. Alright, first item rush. You're usually looking for your tier 2 boots, I'd say. If you have enough gold, you can go for Leeching Lair. I prefer Riftmaker rush over Nashers. With that being said, building into Riftmaker can be challenging because on your first bat, getting a Ruby and Amp Tome sucks. So oftentimes what's going to happen is you're only going to have enough gold for tier 2 boots or for a partial of your Nashers. So we'll see. On our next back, if we have enough for Leeching Lair, we'll rush Riftmaker. Otherwise, we'll just go for the Nash. Tier 2 boots is awesome. Makes it easier to kite out, makes it easier to farm, easier to run down or escape. Very, very good option on Teemo. You can go for Sork Shoes if your team doesn't have any other magic damage, but our team has plenty of magic damage. This wave's pushing to me. He's going to step out for cannon. We got off triple auto plus a blind dart. Really good trade for us, even if we did take some minion damage. We need to thin this out a bit. If we don't thin this out, things are going to get really bad. Really, really bad. Now that we have it thin, we can try to hold a freeze. Keep getting their attention, go back into bush to break their auto attack animation. Now what 𝐒𝐿𝐼 is going to wait for is a jungle gank. Jax's only good gank path is through these top bushes, so once we can get a mushroom, I'll put one in there. For now, I don't need to work because I still have vision of the cut through path there, so we should be fine for now. Ooh, missed the soul pull. She's dead. Auto attack Q. And she's a goner. The moment 𝐒𝐿𝐈 misses the soul pull, she dies. We're gonna lay the mushroom on the minions. Jax is now dead. Auto attack Q reset. Down he goes. The mushroom's best use placed near an enemy that will be close enough for the mushroom to splash onto a champion, because champions will walk around the mushroom and the mushroom takes a while to become active. It's kind of like a grenade. After you pull the pin, it takes a moment for it to actually blow. So yeah, if you can tell they're about to get real aggro with you, if they're already on top, you just toss it down on the minion that's right by them. It'll blow up on them and get some pretty good results. We really needed that last auto before we queued. Looks like Echo's gonna try to come top here. I'll get a word down, look for the reset. Teemo was a great counter to their team. We countered the Vayne, Jax, and we are an in-lane counter to 𝐒𝐿𝐈. In team fights, we don't counter 𝐒𝐿𝐈, but in lane we are. It's really weird. Whenever I go to play Teemo, the enemies pick 𝐒𝐿𝐈. It's very convenient for us. Teemo's worst matchups are usually ranged matchups that outrange him. Things like Swain top are challenging. Ornn can be very challenging. He outranges you with a lot of his stuff. Action can be very challenging as well. He can disengage quite quickly when you go in for the blind dart, because if he has 2 auto attacks on every auto. If he cancels the second one, he gets a big speed up. So right when you go to blind him, he can usually disengage rather quickly. So Action and Ornn and Swain are your 3 worst matchups by far. Any melee matchup is Teemo favored for sure. She steps up, we'll try to get her. You don't want to miss a minion just to break a tentacle, or miss a minion just to hit the enemies with a single auto attack. Minions are super valuable to get. I think her wave's still pushing to us since it reinforced first. I'm also blocking my minions here. If she goes in for this cannon, I'll kill her. She misses because we have a tiny hitbox. Ooh, we didn't quite get it. She'll die if she stays, though. She doesn't have enough HP to survive a dive. Nashor is a good first item rush on Teemo, and it's what you're usually going to get. Like I said, if you have enough gold for Leeching Leer on a reset, you'll go for the Leeching Leer. Oh, baby. I'll attack into the Q. You always Q last because it has more range than your autos. So generally, if you can reach him with an auto, you can then reach him with a Q. We can stop it from getting back to turret. This is the point of the game where they can't really play anymore, because the Teemo shroom mechanic, and they made his shrooms cost less mana, and they cost even less mana per level, which is pretty sweet. It doesn't say that on the ability right here, but it is. If you pay attention, it goes from 75 to 55 mana. It gets really low mana cost, which is nice because Teemo doesn't generally like to build mana items. That was a bad shroom placement. We needed to get it slightly off to the side of the wave. We're blocking 𝐒𝐿𝐈 from coming back. She can't really walk through us. Auto attack Q. I'm just gonna keep walking around her. Get another point in our E. Activate W for movement speed. And there goes our press the attack. She can absolutely not come back to lane now. She needs a gank, but Jax just fought my jungler. She's gonna lose this plate. And I'll crash the next wave, which will float it back to me. Oh, I messed up. I want that last auto. Jax is coming. Just run away with W. He runs into a mushroom. He's gonna run into another one too. Ghost is good on Jax jungle. Teemo's not easy to gank though. Once he's 6, it's not a good gank, because you don't know where all the mushrooms are. Unless your teammate has sweeper and control wards, it's a really bad idea. Riftmaker's a lot like rushing Bork on Teemo, in the sense of it gives you great scrappiness and great sustain to where you can trade and still stay alive through its healing. Really awesome item. It's better than Wit's End in that sense. I should say it's better than Nashor's in that sense, even though Nashor's gives you a bunch of attack speed and technically more AP. Riftmaker's just better, more HP so they can't dive you, and the sustain to where you don't really have to reset. The sustain from the Riftmaker plus the cheap mushrooms now synergize very well. If she soul pulls me, she dies. Yeah, she's dead. She couldn't turn there or she dies. The turret's gonna kill my soul, but it's whatever. We can heal it back through the Rift Maker. The ultimate no counter Teemo build. You have boots, so there's nothing melees can do. The boots rush and then tier 2 boots rush. Then you have the Rift Maker for infinite sustain. Plus with the recent Teemo buffs, making his mushrooms cost very little mana. You basically have infinite mana, infinite HP with high mobility. Very balanced and very fun to play against. That was a good soul pull. I'll take this free gold 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐈. +5 all day. Such a small hitbox. It's not easy to hit Teemo's actual skill shots. She's stacking magic resist. She's gonna rush an MR item first. Soul pull's on cooldown. I can take this for free then. She misses the cannon. Feels bad for her. We just got one of our runes kicked in, I think, the conditioning. Now we have extra armor, magic resist. It's a super high gold value rune, as long as you can make it to that spot. The overgrowth is just for a little bit of extra HP. Double auto for a turret shot. Maybe it's worth, because I'm going to heal a lot off of it. She's missing so much CS. We're going to lay some more shrooms. We're high mana. They're so cheap, dude. Only 75 mana versus their old 100. Gonna shroom it up. We're gonna hold one on us. You always want to have one on you, just in case things get hairy and you need to lay it like a Caitlyn trap and kite around it. If you don't have it, then things can get bad. So now it's only 55 mana instead of 75. We will never run out. Auto attack, auto attack, auto Q auto. I don't think we could have killed him even if we dove there. If we did full commit, I think we would have ended up dying. Vayne's top side. There's nothing she can do to us. We have blind dart. We'll go ahead and take this. Get a forward mushroom. Even Turk can see it. It's still active. They're gonna have to auto it down. This fight's getting juicy. Auto attack Q. Down he goes. Not too shabby. Nice. Even got the minion. Go invisible first for the attack speed. 60% now. It starts at the 20%. Yeah, it gets all the way up to 80, which is really freaking good. Don't mind if I do. You just don't run out of mana now. The shroom buffs were enough to make Teemo a perma sustain champ. Because before, that's what would be sucking your mana dry. Is mainly the mushrooms. That being said, I need to get out of here. She just stepped on one. She's trying to find me. What a troll. I'll see you later, 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐈. Steps on another one. They're not doing that much damage though, because I went more of an on-hit Teemo and she has magic resist. We'll go ahead and go for Nash at this point, I guess. We have a couple other good, really solid item options. We just don't want to get them this soon in the game. Healcut's been over nerfed. You don't want to get Morello unless you have to. They have to have basically Soraka or Mundo for you to want to get Morello. Even if you're up against a Riven, any champion who takes Conquer, it's not enough healing. Especially when you run Ignite on Teemo, kind of acts as your Morello. That way you don't have to invest. We're going to stay on the split. You can group up for dragon fights. If it's not a dragon fight or baron fight, I wouldn't bother grouping. And that's it. They quit. We'll go ahead and do a part 2 because this game was pretty fast. I will see you guys there. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of the no counterplay Teemo build with the boot start with refill, press attack, triumph, alacrity, coup de grace, conditioning, overgrowth. I have no clue what my jungler is doing. Looks like he's doing some kind of cheesy solo invade. It's not usually a good idea versus Fiddlesticks because Fiddlesticks can ward and lay an effigy. So hopefully the enemy top laner doesn't mess with Xin Zhao here. I might have to actually... Okay, so Garen's not going to mess with him. That's perfect. That would have actually been really annoying if he rotated for that. I'm going to go ahead and stair step these. They're all dying at the same time. Then you need to influence it. Otherwise, you'll end up missing one or two of them. And then we walk away. We walk away and there's nothing you can do. Now, we did miss 2 minions for that, which isn't crazy good. With that being said, we shouldn't have missed the last one. That was just my bad. We got some attack speed. He's going to eat so much damage for this. Oh, canceled that last auto rip. Hoocha! Yeah, you don't want to pick Garen top against ranged matchups like Teemo and Vayne. It's not going to be a good time. Teemo passive also... His passive on he kind of counters Garen passive because it helps to stop his self-healing. Slows it down big time. I have to get this melee minion. He's taking his sweet time with going down. Oof, got him, nice. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that last refill. The healthier you are, the less likely you are to die to a gank, and also the less likely you are to get ganked. Junglers don't like to gank full HP laners who are dominating their laners. Found it. I'll attack Q, auto. And we still didn't miss that minion. That's perfect. We need to go get a ward down. It's better to use your Q on a minion than it is to just let the minion die. Just letting minions die is very unfortunate. I need to stop this guy's passive. He's healing so much off his D shield. And yeah, his D shield and probably second win. So it looks like Fiddle's bot side right now. He was taking a lot of damage for that. When you crash big waves, it gives you more. It gives you a much larger window to abuse somebody. Because they have to choose if they want to give up HP to get last hits. And in this case, Garen obviously does because it's Garen. Like, he can just heal it off with D-Shield second win. With that being said, we have double his CS. So if you're in a situation, someone's positioning well enough or anything of that nature to where you can't kill them, you'll at least be out CSing them. Because he's giving up some CS. If he knows a minion's going to cost him an X amount of HP, he's not willing to go for it. That being said, he might get himself killed for like my cannon minion here. We'll see. Yeah, he's gonna do it. That was a decent trade. He lost a lot of HP. He's gonna be looking for an all-in though. If I get him with blind R, I don't think he can. I need to make him feel like he has room to breathe, but he doesn't. He's dead. So we just back off a little bit because we're low on HP. We make him think, oh, he thought he could go for that melee minion and he probably wouldn't even take an auto for it. But then we step up. Ultimately, the laning is just about how comfortable are they with giving up CS, or how comfortable are they giving up HP for a CS. And that's all it really boils down to when you're from the position of playing ahead or playing a range style top laner. And every player, depending on the elo or their skill set, they'll have a different margin that they're comfortable with. You know, I'm gonna go Leeching Leader, screw it. I really, really like this item. Even though I do value Tier 2 Boots Rush on Teemo, I think Leeching Leader Rush here is better because we're faster than Garen. We are much, much faster, especially while his Q still on a low level. And we have a point in our W to where the damage we're taking is primarily from his minions of when we strike and his ranged minions are putting damage on us. So we just need to keep our HP nice and high. We'll avoid getting ganked by Fiddle Diddle. Blind Dart was a little bit late. I should have held on to it. Now that it's on cooldown, he can threaten that. Now we'll run him down with W. We're going to take damage from his minions, yes, but we should be able to heal it back with our Leeching Leer, which is why I bought it. That was a terrible mushroom placement. Feels bad for Fiddlesticks. Yeah, he's just gonna... he might actually even look for a dive here. That's what I would do if I was him. That's a highly probable that he looks for the dive. Good mushroom placement on our part. We're not able to touch Garen because of the Fiddlesticks, so he's going to heal all the way back up to full HP. Good thing we have Leeching Leer. Yep, he laid his control word. I have to shove now, or I'm going to die. Or at the very least, I need to get this wave a little bit farther. I'm going to have to lay these defensive mushrooms too. Yeah, Fiddle's trying to RN on me. He's dead. Garen's gonna get himself killed for that too. We knew exactly what he was gonna do, so just made it a little bit easier. I played a lot of Fiddlesticks, so I kind of understand the mindset. He was caught on this side of the map. He had R up. He wanted to get it on cooldown, try to maximize his value, and ultimately ended up getting himself killed and simultaneously got Garen killed. Garen's still going to be in a really rough spot here. I don't have enough gold to really buy what I want to buy, so I'll just grab a Dark Seal. Grab tier 2 boots, Dark Seal. I'll finish my Rift Maker in a Nash here. Garen may rush Merc Treads. I don't think that's the best option. I think the best option for Garen would be get Stride Breaker. With Stride Breaker, he can force trades with us. Without Stride Breaker, there's no way for him to stay on top of us. Get down a mushroom there. You don't want to miss a minion for it. Fiddlesticks is mid right now. Our wave's going to push to Garen here. We'll go ahead and speed up that process. Much easier to last hit with this much attack speed. I say that as I miss the minion, so it's kind of funny. Got him with a blind dart. He misses his cannon. Panic or whatever reason. He's feeling the pressure of us attacking him. When underneath turret, you need to pay attention to how close you are to it. That way you're not taking shots, and you need to learn how to float in single auto attacks, especially if they're standing really deep under turret. That way you don't take turret shots for no reason. That's what I'm trying to do with this guy. Keep his passive off. We'll hit a refill. Auto attack Q. He took a pressy attack. We take a turret shot, but we're going to heal like crazy because the Leeching Leer, and we're going to keep this shoved. Fiddlesticks is trying to force a gank. He's going to keep stepping on mushrooms. I don't think his laner's going to be able to follow up very fast. Oh, I'm dead. I goofed. Bit of a misplay on my part. I was feared a lot longer than I was expecting. I thought I was just going to be able to essentially run past Fiddlesticks, but he got me with the blue smite, slowed me down enough for Garen to catch up. He's going to get himself out of that one. Yeah, we can't afford blasting one either. We're still at a nice CS lead, though. Biggest mistake there was obviously just engaging with Fiddlesticks when we were already out of the conflict. It was clear he was going to sit there and wait. Best thing we could have done was basically line this area with shrooms away from the centered minion line. So we would have done it more along the wall, and we would have played left side away from his R. When Garen steps up on us, we would have backed up until we saw him elsewhere on the map. Limit test had gone wrong on my part. I'll try to freeze this. He couldn't find the Q on us because the blind. I don't think this is going to be a proper freeze, just where it's positioned. He might think it's a proper freeze though, and he might step up trying to break it, even though I can't freeze it from this position. Auto attack Q. Yeah, he's actually starting to be able to trade with us. Maybe the Merc Treads was a good choice. He's able to close distance. I need to get my HP up. It's the only way we die to this guy. If we're low enough for his R to do maximum damage. Yeah, he's just chilling. I can't really get to him. He loses a plate at least. His Q's on cooldown, so he's not gonna have the mobility to get to us. You messed up, dude. I'll attack Q reset. Down he goes. He greeted. He didn't like getting poked down that much, but with the way his abilities were staggered, I knew he couldn't do it, so we just led him into a mushroom like a 𝐒𝐿 trap. Now we are up a lot more CS, and we're up some plates as well. So Fiddlesticks is bot side. We'll get a defensive shroom down right there. Something for us to kite around. We'll dump this and then look for a reset. No reason to overstay here. We're out of mana anyways. If you have a lot of mana and a lot of shrooms, lay them before you leave. Even though your shrooms are a lot cheaper now, most recent patch, there's no reason to you might as well take advantage of the fact that your shrooms aren't a low enough cooldown to where you don't want to be walking around with full stack shrooms. That doesn't benefit you at all. That would only make sense if they infinitely stacked. If you could carry like 100, but you can't. You can only carry 3 at a time, then 4, then 5. 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒, Yon's popping off. I don't think Zed's that good right now, to be honest. I think only like high challenger players can play that champion properly with how hard he falls off against this durability meta. 1 Zhonya's he's countered, 1 GA he's countered, 1 hard CC he's countered. He's basically just a more mobile AD Evelynn. I wouldn't necessarily recommend Evelynn right now either though, as I take 2 turret shots. This guy's probably gonna lose turret. I'm gonna just stack these up. I don't want to die to Fiddle R. I need to have high concentrations of shrooms. We are one of the farthest person pushed up on the map, and we're fairly secluded at the moment. Pop a refill as well. And we're always gonna keep 1 shroom on us. It's like having that single bullet left. Always leave 1 in the chamber before you reload. Yeah, he doesn't have stride break yet, so he can't threaten that. That's why I said like he really needs stride breaker. Go ahead and leave those where they are. Get the attack speed bonus here. Leave into our mushroom. I probably shouldn't have used my W. Putting that on cooldown is a mistake, I think. Oh, that's not good. Oh, these buttholes are gonna pop my mushroom. Yep, blocked his attack. And get the mushroom out. I don't want him to get this. I take 1 turret shot, he eats 5 autos. It's worth. Since we have Rift Maker, we're able to heal it off too. Oh my god. There's something in my throat. Fiddle's here, but Garen's gonna die too fast. Fiddle's dead. I'll attack Q reset. Oh my god, dude, I gotta drink some water. Oh my goodness. That was so weird. There was a peanut shard, I believe, somewhere in my throat. It had gone completely plastered, like sideways. Gravity slowly pulled it off into my and that is it. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to hack the algorithm. My name is 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐋𝐒. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.